Hey, let's talk about protein powder here. I've had quite a few questions recently asking about protein powder. What kind should I get? Where should I get it? What should I look for? And, it can be very overwhelming. And one thing to point out before any of this is whole foods, real foods. So whether you get your protein through meats, eggs, or whatever, are always going to be better than powder. But getting in 150, 180 grams, if we're shooting for zero point 0.6 to 1 gram per pound of body weight of protein, that can be difficult, and getting a protein powder can definitely help with that. So there are a lot of places to get them. I mean, obviously you can go anywhere and get protein powder. If you go to Meijer, Kroger, they're all going to have their own brands. And then Vitamin Shop, GNC, places like that obviously have walls of protein, and it can be very overwhelming. So I'm just going to go through a few places and types you can get. A very good go-to place, I think, is this bodybuilding.com. They have a whole bunch of different things throughout their site, but their store, so if you go to bodybuilding, you go to the store tab here, and it will take you to this page, and it has everything from supplements to fitness clothing and stuff. But over here, you can go on the side, you can go to protein, and it's going to give you a whole bunch of types of protein. And the one that you will most likely see is whey protein, and you've probably seen this in stores. And whey protein is derived from milk. So some people will have, adverse reactions to this, and that's something that you may have to find out. If you have lactose problems or dairy does not treat you well, a few things. One, a lot of people who have issues with dairy are more than likely used to getting very, very low quality dairy and highly processed types of dairy, which is really far from what actual dairy is. And protein powder is gonna be kind of the same way. So like anything, we're gonna look for the minimal amount of ingredients that they put in it and additives, and we're going to find that a lot of these proteins have quite a bit of... You want to change the color scheme? Oh, goodness. Alright, sorry about that. We're going to see that a lot of proteins have a lot of additives and things that will really mess with our stomachs and our bodies and things. So we're going to look for the minimal amount, but like anything, it's just like going grocery shopping. Do we want organic? Yes. Do we want the minimal ingredients? Yes. But sometimes we just got to make the best choice. And with protein powder, it's almost like coffee creamer. You should drink black coffee. Probably shouldn't add any cream or sugar or anything to it. But if you just start out drinking black coffee, you're never going to drink it. So it's almost like a wean yourself onto it. So anyway, here's the different types of protein over here on the side. And so if you do have adverse reactions to whey, you can get soy, egg protein, casein. I won't discuss casein right now. I will at another time. Beef protein, plant protein. I would go for the plant type proteins if you are lactose. But if we go down underneath the protein, we'll click on whey protein. And this is going to give us our biggest variety, and most all of the proteins that you see in stores are going to be a whey protein. So if we go down under whey, we have all of our categories, and I'm going to highlight a few. The three biggest ones that you will see, and I would suggest starting at one of these three if you are just new to protein powder. They are going to have additives, they're going to have some artificial sweeteners quite a bit, but they will be more of the better tasting and not very, very low quality either. They are all very decent. Oh, they really want me to change this color. First one is called Optimum Nutrition. It'll say Gold Standard Whey. That's probably the most common. Another one is Cellucor. It's in this gray and black tub. And then if we go down, go to page 2 here. The other one is going to be Muscle Farm, which is a green, it's like a hot green and black tub right here, and it will be combat powder. So one of those three I would suggest you start with. if we'll go back to Optimum Nutrition's, I'm sorry, which is right here. I actually do think that Cellucor and Muscle Farm personally taste a little better. Might have something to do with more artificial sweeteners, but so here's all the flavors over here that Optimum Nutrition has. You can see here's in a 2-pound tub they have a ton, 3-pound tub a little less. I would suggest you start with a 2-pound tub to begin with. It's the smaller one, and it will help you get an idea of what flavors you might like. So you can see there is quite a bit. Now, when we look at the labels of these, over here, you can pick which flavor you want. So let's say we pick Mocha Cappuccino, because, I mean, that just sounds fantastic. You'll see, so 1 scoop has 120 calories, 1.5 grams of fat, only 3 carbs, 2 grams of sugar, 24 grams of protein, so that's pretty good. And down here we see the ingredients. So we're always going to look for the least amount of ingredients possible. So here's the blend of proteins that are in there. And it does have artificial flavoring, lectin, which is like a soy, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Now, you'll see this doesn't have a whole lot of things. Sometimes you will look in the ingredients list and it will be flooded with things. And those are the ones you really want to stay away from. So if you go to Kroger or Meijer and you look at a brand, if it is loaded with things, that's a good sign to stay away from them. Is this the best possible proteins? Probably not, but again, it's not going to taste awful, and you're going to find a lot that you will really, really enjoy. And I'll talk later about different ways you can mix them into things to make them taste a lot better. Sorry about that again. But these are some of your best options. So here is Optimum Nutrition. If we go to we'll go to Muscle Farm, for example. And you're going to see different kinds. Like I said, casein. The whey protein for Muscle Farm is called Combat Powder. Here is all of their flavors. And if we go down here, you see it does have some other ingredients. Quite a bit goes into this. So this has a little more ingredients in it, which probably is not the best. But again, it's like getting yourself onto it. And it's still high quality. It's a very, very, very reputable company. So Cellucor, Optimum Nutrition, and Gold Standard are 3, I would say, starters, and some that I even use still. I would suggest ordering them from bodybuilding.com. They always have great deals. The customer service is phenomenal. It ships to your door very, very quickly. Now, so once you get past that, or if you have a problem with whey, the number one site and protein that I suggest for a lot of people is this. It's called TrueNutrition.com. And what's awesome about this is you can kind of make your own protein. So if we go to True Nutrition and we go to bulk powders, over here you can see you can pick what base you want to start from. So you can do whey proteins, milk or casein proteins, and then this is what's crucial down here, paleo proteins or vegan or plant proteins. And so let's say you do have a problem with dairy, you can start with a base that is vegan or plant. And then you can kind of pick what type. So here they have pea protein, hemp protein, rice protein, soy protein, alfalfa super green. So these are kind of the base for what your protein is made out of. So instead of being derived from milk products, it's derived from one of these. So they concentrate all of the protein out of these things. Oh, they even got a pumpkin plus now. I've never even seen that one before. So you pick one. So let's say we pick the pea protein isolate. It'll bring you to this page. So here's the starting price. It's about $9 per pound, which is very, very good. That's one of the reasons I really like this. And then here it'll tell you what it is free of. So it's a vegan protein. It's gluten free. It's dairy free. There are no GMOs to this. It's soy free. So this is very, very high quality for a very cheap price. And if you go down a little bit here, it will tell you what the ingredients are. And you get to pick what you add to it. You get to pick the flavoring and the coloring, or the flavoring and the sweeteners that you put in. So it's very, very adaptable to you. This will give you all of the ingredient information, and then down here is the nutrition. So, for example, this pea protein has 1.2 grams of fat, only 1 carb, no sugars added, and 24.5 grams of protein. Up here, if you go back up, is where you get to pick from it. So our base is going to be pea protein, and here we pick what we want. So what we want it to be flavored. So you can pick natural flavoring, you can pick artificial sweeteners. It's kind of your choice. So let's say we pick natural strawberry. I have no idea what I just did. Natural strawberry. Then you pick how intense you want the flavor. I would suggest you just go with normal. Don't add too much into it, but you can pick. And then you put how big of a jug you want. Or it's all a pound. You can add 75 cents to get it in a plastic jug, but it's kind of just a waste of 75 cents. So you pick that, and then you just add to cart, and you can pick how many pounds you want. So it's that simple. So you know what you're getting. You know you're getting a pea protein, a rice protein, or whatever it is that you pick, and then you can pick the flavors and whether or not you want it to be sweetened a certain way, or what type of sweetener you want. So it's very, very cool. You can mix and match. You know, again, if you are new and you've never really tried protein, sweetener's not the best, but I would say start there and kind of wean yourself off again. Because there are some protein powders that you can get that taste like absolute refuse, and if you do that, you're never gonna try it again, and then it kind of defeats the purpose. But really you can really have fun with this. You can create your own blend of oatmeal here too, which is sensational. But come here and you can kind of mess around and pick and play with what you want. I would suggest maybe ordering like 2 or 3 different kinds and just messing with them and seeing what you like. So that is an option too. A couple other options that you can go to that I really suggest that are getting into higher quality. Comes with a little bit more of a price, but you are getting a much I would say better quality. One is called, and I get these just right off of Amazon, although you can find them in stores too. This one is called Tara's Whey. So here we see it's free of a lot of these hormones. It's gluten free. Soy. I'll click on the label here. If we look at the label here, very, very, very high quality. Just go into the ingredients. It has this whey protein. It is a whey protein, I should say, but it is all organic, dairy free. If we look at these ingredients, it does not have much at all. It has a little bit of stevia, has the only small sweetener, and then the soy lecithin. That's kind of what binds things together. But we can see it's very, very minimal in its ingredients. There are a few different flavors of this, and some of the ones with a little more sweetener will have a little more ingredients in them, so you have to check that. But Tara's Whey is a very, very good protein. Again, the issue is you're going to pay a little more. So this one is a 12-ounce container, and it's about $20. But for the quality, it is worth it. And then another one here is Sun's Warrior Blend, which is incredible. It is a very, very high quality protein, but this can be very expensive. So you have to watch out. If you are new to getting protein, I would not suggest you start here. It does have a little more of a raw taste, an earthy taste, but it is super high quality. So each one has 19 grams of protein, 2 grams of fat, 2 grams of carbs, with the fiber in it. But again, it is super high quality. You see, it's dairy free, gluten free, soy free. There's no added sugar, wheat, or yeast. All of those things can be very, very harmful on your gut, and they can make you feel bad. It doesn't have any GMOs or artificial flavors, artificial preservatives, or colors, which again is why I don't suggest necessarily you start here unless you're okay with those types of things, because I really don't want. It's like exercise. If you go in all out the first day, it can be too much and it will drive you away. So all those are good options. You can get these anywhere, like Vitamin Shop and GNC, but it's kind of just a pick, trial and error.